wrong. I don't think that's wrong to have that perspective, but I don't think it's wrong to have the other perspective conversely either. At this point, we're just talking about personal preferences that people, in my opinion, that people have towards what they consider their relationships to be with artwork. And I'll say another thing too, in part, what is motivating the NFT scene is, yeah, absolutely, it's people's financial interests. And to me, I find it rather fun and inspiring to see. Another thing too that's important to keep in mind, Catherine, is a lot of the transactions taking place in the NFT marketplace are other artists buying other artists' pieces. So we're seeing it becomes a very accessible way for artists to support other artists, and they're it's kind of like scratching each other's backs so that they can make a living off artwork, right? And so I've noticed lot of...
That's not a bad thing. That's really... I mean, I think if anything, like I can say, regardless of where I stand on NFTs, at least that is something where, you know, artists are benefiting at the end of the day. And that's, you know, I like that aspect of it. But to me, that's why I kind of see it almost more like a patronage, because I might want to buy an NFT, but not because I necessarily want to invest and make money so I can sell it or see it as an asset, but more because I'm like, this is a brilliant artist, and this is my way of investing in their work so that they can create more work and, you know, have a life.
Yeah, and I know Scott's a big NFT fan. He says NFTs cut the corporate interests out of an individual's creative process. Yeah, I definitely think there's some truth to that. And also there's kind of an element right now in hybridization where it's not simply like a digital gallery kind of thing. There's also an element of, I would say, comic book collector kind of vibe, album collection vibe, trading card collection vibe. That's all kind of melding together to create this bizarre but fascinating conglomeration of all three of these things to set a precedence for a market that is sometimes results in very astronomical prices. I do think that we are in, I've told this with my viewers a few times now, I do think that we are in a bubble within the NFT market, and that's why I caution people to be a bit careful. But I don't think when that bubble pops that we're going to fall off a ledge. I do think that NFTs are here to stay. I think they are going to be a commonplace extension of the artistic of the art dealership marketplace. Another thing that I like about it too is that it empowers regular people to almost be art dealers themselves, which we've never seen before, and to some varying degrees of success. I have a few viewers in this community, for example, regulars, that have made some pretty game-changing amounts of money through the flipping of a few NFTs, and I always love to see that. I always love to see that. But of course, as I always caution, nothing's guaranteed in this market. Every time that you are investing in cryptocurrency or in NFTs, there's no guarantees that money could be lost, guys. But at the same time, I've seen a fair amount of success stories. So I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun. I've started purchasing. I recently purchased my first NFT works, and I don't know. I'm just enjoying it, and it's just kind of to me, it's just an extension, a different relationship with art than I have with the paintings that I own or buy and sell.
Okay, Stephen, you've convinced me. I'm going to create my own NFT.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to do that. And also, I mean, do you think that this increased interest in things like NFTs, do you think that does signal to a certain movement towards living in a more digital space? Do you think we are, as human beings, moving away from just like physical spaces and are going to have like a definite like hybrid where we value our digital space in the same way that we value our physical space.
Yeah, 100%. I think this is just, we're still in the infancy stages of that happening. I think my opinion is that the future is going to be a hybridization of people living in the physical world and the virtual world. I mean, we're already doing it obviously to a degree. I mean, to a large degree right now, but I'm saying the virtual experience is going to be that much more engaging and lifelike. I think pretty much most people are going to have pretty advanced VR technology, VR sets that aren't as clunky, that will be as small and lightweight as a pair of Ray-Bans. Within our lifetime, and I think we're going to see a hybridization of people's existence and the things and their activities toggle back and forth freely between the two in that regard. And I think the artworks are great. It's going to be art music is going to be a pretty significant part of it. Furthermore, I'd just like to add, I also think that what we're seeing with this huge bubble in the NFT movement and all the money that's transferring around right now, this is also a consequence of people living in a system living in systems and societies that are essentially rigged against them. I mean, here we have been dealing with this, this pandemic for going on 2 years here. And people have been forced out of work for a long extended periods of time. They've had their social circles diminished, or some people, all the others, stripped away from them. Their social lives stripped away from them. Of course, people are going to rely on social communities and more innovative possibilities and opportunities to make money to supplement and keep afloat or get ahead, in spite of everything being thrown against us. I mean, here in the United States, for example, and I don't get me wrong, I love it here, but just you take the average working class income, and then you figure all the adversity that we've been put up against with this virus over the last 2 years, and then you figure their monthly car insurance, your monthly healthcare, monthly healthcare plan insurance, all the gas for your vehicle, the food for yourself and or your children, and your rent or your mortgage, and that's just the tip of the surface, not including all your other bills and expenses and everything else. And you put that on top of all the restrictions that have been preventing people from making money if they want to. People are lashing out. People have had enough of this shit, and I think that they're looking to. I think we're seeing that expressed with both cryptocurrency and NFTs. Communities of people coming together and saying, like, you know what? Okay, this trading card, how much is it worth? Let's say it's worth an astronomical amount, so I can buy it for this price and make a ton of money, and then you can flip it, make a ton of money, and then now I just made a year's salary in 2 days,
I guess it's not so different from the like day traders, how they manipulate the stocks. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I think it's even more organic than that, because it's, especially in the NFT market, we're not even talking about this. I mean, we're not even talking about hedge funds or anything like that. This is literally people coming together online. I mean, I've literally seen people online that are just like artists that I've known since I've been involved in the crypto space, launch their own NFT line and of like 30 pieces, and then it goes up in value like 50 times itself, 50 X's within a week, right? Because the people, that person's built up a community of people that appreciate their work and love what they're doing and want to support that person, want to support the process and make money for themselves in the meantime. So this is all very grassroots in a way, and I don't know, in that regard, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting. It's like definitely changing a lot of how we think about these systems and how we operate them, and kind of taking sort of power back and putting it in the hands of people as opposed to like giant corporations or financial institutions. Mm-hmm. Yeah.